It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Falmer, I'm on Mitchell's Plain, and I'm a housewife, actually a pensioner.
Colin, stay in Mitchell's Plain. I'm a pensioner.
I'm Jan. I'm living in Mitchell's Plain. I'm also a pensioner on early retirement.
I'm Frank, a pensioner living in Mitchell's Plain, yes or no?
I'm Joan. I'm staying in Mitchell's Plain. I'm a pensioner and I'm a housewife.
The time when the new government was come on in 1994, the president said all of us have equal rights. But it seems to me that when the whites was in charge, the whites was there, and then we as the coloreds and the blacks, we fall apart. But now it changed. The blacks are now in charge, and we as the colored are also now in the third in the line.
Wherever you go, even if in the shops, they push you away. The black people push you away because it's actually like it's their world. Even if you walk in the town center, they got a supermarket and everything in Kailicha or whatever. But most of them is in town center where we must be. And most of the time when the people are, they what do you call it, break in the house, the shops and stuff here, then it's black people who are doing that. And they say it's colored, but that's most of the time when they come out with a name, it's a black person. Why don't they do it on the other side, on their own side?
You know, as you also said, you go to the town centre. I was wandering ShopRite. And they pushed you out of the way and they said, it's their ShopRite. So how can you to speak to a person in this about this? If they tell you it's your shop, their ShopRite. You must just be satisfied.
Our children did ask us, Daddy, if you open the TV, you see news, you see everything on the TV is only blacks and whites. You didn't see colors. The only time when you see the colors is when there is gangsterism. When there's a shooting took place, then you see. It's the only time when you see the colors on TV is when they shoot each other. But nowhere you find them do anything. So my concern is what is happening to us.
I said to my granddaughters, I don't think I would love you with a black person in my house. That I said. Because why? They sometimes just married the child, for the girl or the boy they married. And afterwards, then they call it a vloerlap. Because why? I actually don't, I will never, to count it like that, I will never love any of my children to have a white husband or a white wife or a black one or whatever. You got your own culture, why don't you make your own, marry your own culture? Why must you go out of your way to go for the other side?
The African people say we did struggle, was in the struggle for the land. That's fine, we know they was in a struggle. And we know that it was very bad that time when apartheid was in. But what they don't understand is we as the coloureds was also in the struggle.
We used to stay in Rosebank. And there we had to get out because of the group area.
Yes.
But if you see today and you I took a drove, my sister took a drove, through Rosebank. And what do you find there today? But we were put out as coloured, we were decent people. And what do you find there today? Blacks. And it's so uncalled for. Look, we had to come out of Rosebank, we used to stay in Bonteville, and then we moved to Mitchell's Plain, right? And as Bossy was also speaking about the riot time, it wasn't only the blacks, you know, because I can really vouch up to that, because my son, he was with this riot, and there was many of them shot, but you never hear about that.
About when the ANC is in charge, right, everything changed. Everything changed. They bring us back, they say, okay, they close that gap and they say you can stay now where you want. If you want to buy a house in Perro or in Sipon in the white area, you can buy it. There's no more that you can't live there. But the other thing is now what happens with us. The other thing is like I'm feeling is apartheid is again here. If you look at jobs, we can't get jobs. Our people, like my son, got an education. And he's a qualified human resource manager. But if he apply for a job, he can't get it. Why? And if he said when he goes to that place and he see no, but there's another people, there's a African is in the job that he apply. But they've got the same qualifications. Now what is happening now? That's why you see the poverty on our side. That's why you see the drugs is coming in. That's why you see our children is in the street. Because there's no jobs for them. Now what must they do?
You know, the government always say they're going to get, I don't know how many millions jobs for the people. But there's nothing for our children. There's nothing. Look at the youngsters today on the road. What do they become? They steal, they go to jail, they become drug addicts. And then the parents go to sit with them. Because there's no application for nothing for the colored children.
A lot of promises and all that. Now, it's our leaders, there's colored leaders also there, traitors. As long as they get their job, they don't care what they say and what they do. We depend on them. We can't do as a community. We have to go to them and they have to have a meeting, whatever they call it, government meeting, whatever, they're sitting there.
At 8 o'clock at night, I be in bed. I'm in bed already. Because why? 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, my dog, I got a small dog in my yard. Yep. That dog bark. Then I must jump up. I must run to the front, I must run to the back. Then I said, no, it's just gangsters walking up and down. Here at the back, they walk to town center. They walk to town center. They're going to get their fix. They are like dogs. When they went to town center, they talk soft. They talk soft. But now it's silence. You see, during the night time, you pick up a sound easy. Then I get out, stand at the back, and I had to smoke. I stand there. When they come back from town center, they smell fight, they swear each other, they scream. Blah, 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 blah. Now, do you see, if a dog haven't got food, then the dog is Dimaka. And then you give the dog food, and then the dog relax. The dog listen to you, go to water, everything. The dog was nice. The other day, now in the apartheid, as kids, if you doesn't went to school, you wear your school uniform, the police pick you up and drop you in school. And then your mother or father must come and fetch you there. They get a hiding from there till at home. But now, and the other thing, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you can't stand on corners. But now, the people can stand on corners. The kids can walk up and down the school uniform. The police make nothing. The kids, small kids, can stay in town center, lay in town center at night time. 6 o'clock in the morning, I take a walk to town center, I'm going to fetch my voice. Then I see the kids is laying there in town center. The police is just standing there.
They must change the law. You see, when they took my rights from me, that I can no more discipline my child in the house. That's where it's coming in. The jails is full. Our children living in the streets. Because the right that they took from me is, and they give it to the child to say, if I punish him, they can go to the police and make a case against me as a parent. That is what's happening now. As soon as they took out the law from the schools, there's no more discipline in our schools. Because the teacher can't anymore, even well, he can talk hard to the children.
I was one day with another lady in the road at the school here. And I stood as this child's mother because they threw him out of the school, and I took him back to school. And then the teacher had to come out the class. And you know, that children in that class was like hooligans. And I said to them, you know in Afrikaans, hou julle monde, die juffrou praat. They took a piece of paper and they threw the paper at me. And the other one, I'm staring at the other ones. Ek sê, wie as ek met julle teacher gewees het, dan sal ek vir julle oorjene. So ek sê, dan gaan ons mos na die polisiestasie toe. So that small children can tell you that.
In the past, when I grew up, at 6, you must be in the house.
Definitely.
You went to school, just went to school, come back at home. Your mother sent you to the shop, you back. Your mother's not at home. There's a letter on the fridge. I must peel the potatoes. I must prepare that.
Yes.
I must prepare that, and this and that, and this and this. And mother come home, there's it. There wasn't, let's go and play soccer on the field and do this and do that. There wasn't this from thick and they did smoke dacha, they did smoke mandrax, there was gangsterism, but so not so heavy like this
like
now.
now, yes.
You can walk. By the time we went to school, there wasn't fences around the school. Look here, we sit in the jail here.
I was a teenager that time, and I used to go to Athlone, come back. It was safe walking. But you can't do it today. You know, like my child, I always tell him, leave your phone at home, eh? Leave your phone at home. Or if he's out, now we'll come stand us to look where he is. Because you can't trust today. You can't trust.
From now 10 years forward, if the government didn't look in it and it didn't change that to give everybody the equal rights, there will be a war. I can tell you, there will be a war. Because, you see, what is happening now, and you can see here by the votes, the ANC said our colored people are traitors. But why? They don't look back and check why is the colored traitors that they vote for the DP or they vote for other party and not ANC. Why? They think that our colored people can get jobs. We are standing at the back now in the queue. And our young people is checking it. And they say, wow. And that's what they say, apartheid again here. So, and they are saying now, we must do something here to get right. That is our rights. We must take our rights back. The right that is that was there for now is there for the white and the black must also be for us.
My dream is let the people of South Africa live their life.
My dream is that our economic must go up so that our children can have jobs.
My dream is for teenagers to stop the drugs and go for qualifications.
My dream is to see that my children get a job according to their qualification.
My dream is for the future that my grandchildren, all the children who are going to be in the future, and all the other children, that they can rely on themselves, but that they must pray to God and ask God's provision over their lives.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.
I'm a pensioner.
I'm Jan, I'm living in Mitchell's Plain. I'm also a pensioner on early retirement.
I'm Frank, a pensioner living in Mitchell's Plain, Essenout.
I'm Joan. I'm staying in Mitchell's Plain. I'm a pensioner and I'm a housewife.
The time when the new government was come on in 1994, also now in the third in the line.
Wherever you go, even if in the shops, they push you away. The black people push you away because it's actually like it's their world. Even if you walk in the town center, they got a supermarket and everything in Kailicha or whatever. But the most of them is in town center.
The president said all of us have equal rights. But it seems to me that when the whites was in charge, the whites was there, and then we as the coloreds and the blacks, we fall apart. But now it changed. The blacks are now in charge, and we as the colored,
We must be. And most of the time when the people are, they what you call it, break in the house, the shops and stuff here, then it's black people who are doing that. And they say it's colored, but that's most of the time when they come out with a name, it's a black person. Why don't they do it on the other side, on their own side?
You know, as you also said, you go to the town center. I was wandering ShopRite.
It was a can.
Not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex
Corrupt
and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Thelma, I'm on Mitchell's Plain, and I'm a housewife, actually a pensioner.
Colin, stay in Mitchell's Plain.